Thanks for staying with us. The federal government has pledged its commitment to expand the community radio as a tool to strengthen the nation's democracy. This was disclosed by the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, in a statement issued on Tuesday in commemoration of World Radio Day. World Radio Day is celebrated annually every February the 13th. The theme for this year is celebration. A theme for this year's celebration is titled Radio, a century informing, entertaining, and educating. It reflects on the remarkable achievement of radio as a means of communication and information for over 100 years, despite the advent of social media. Max FM on-air personality Wale Animashaun. We call him Wale Popopo. He's here with me in the studio to look at World Radio Day. Animashaun is very strange to me. I know you as Wale Popopo. So
yeah, it's one of the things.
All right, so let me start by congratulating you and everyone at Max FM. UNESCO just announced that the radio is now has crossed a 100-year milestone.
You don't try.
Yes, that's a huge one considering, again, social media. But, talk to us about the importance of radio and what it has helped someone like you achieve.
The importance of radio is complex. Radio is still the largest means of communication. Radio is still the most, regulated radio, because these days we have online radio as well. But regulated radio, like we are at Max FM, it's a short to go place. Whatever you listen to is authentic, because there's so many fake news and so many things happening out there. So for me, it's a way of keeping the peace in the society. A lot of people have forgotten that during the Rwandan genocide, it started with the radio. That's how powerful the radio is. So radio still remains the best out of the rest, if which is a test, you'll be impressed, believe me. And then for me...
That was part of the radio.
Yeah, it's in the system,
Absolutely.
And for me personally, radio has given me the opportunity to be able to see the world from different perspectives. You will not believe what goes on in this world. There's so many things that go on. And he has given me this thing about being liberal, because you just have to be liberal. You can't afford not to be liberal, because the listeners are smart. Once they smell something funny, they'll be like, this guy, they don't pay up. So for you to have this balanced image, and once that happens, you lose credibility. So once you are in between, neither left nor right, you're just there. It's a good feeling.
And I listen to radio, I see that people really talk to you. Not just when people like to talk to on-air personalities on radio. And so I want to ask you, we would say, for TV, you see that competition between social media and TV, because everyone is now a citizen journalist. Sometimes fake news.
Yeah.
But why is it that it's so difficult for social media to compete with radio?
Because social media mostly is audio and visual. That's why it's in competition with TV. But radio is passive. You could be driving and listening to the radio. You could be washing and listening to radio. You could be cooking. You can be having a conversation and still listening to radio.
Absolutely.
So radio is always radio. So it cannot be tampered with to a large extent. Yes, we have online radio, but it's not as good as the good old-fashioned radio.
And a rural woman somewhere, in a state, one of the states in this country would need the internet, to go online.
But radio is just
she basically don't
a battery now.
Absolutely, it's just battery. You don't even need light.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
But let's talk about how well we have used radio in Nigeria. We see where we are. Sometimes divisive comments. You think that we have used it well in terms of public enlightenment and safety, and what more can we do?
I think we haven't done enough. It's like the average person that owns a mobile phone, we probably use about 20% of its purpose. Radio, there's so many things that government is doing. We have the National Orientation Agency, but they seem to be in this, let's just stay here. They seem to forget that since they privatized radio, it's gone bigger. It's not your normal government-backed radios. So the National Orientation Agency is there. There's so many policies that government is doing. There's so many grants. There's so many scholarships. There's so many things you can get from the government. But the people don't know. And they keep on saying, this government is not helping us. This government has forgotten us, not knowing that the people who are supposed to get across to them are not using the right channel. So if for example, I was driving in Lagos the other day, and I saw that the Lagos state government is doing something for people. And I was asking some people, and they didn't know about it. We have the HMO for example, again, Lagos State, HMO. A lot of people don't even know about it. So I'm always saying, why can't you partner with the private stations? The government stations, excuse me, are comfortable where they are. Like, we get our money, we are civil servants. But the private stations have to get the audience, have to get the listeners by doing the right programming, saying the right things at the right time. So at the end of the day, I think the government needs to use and appreciate the radio more in this country. I mean, partner with them. You don't have to pay. It's corporate social responsibility. But the fact that, oh, we have our own station, we are okay, it kills it.
I hope that the private radio stations will agree with you that they don't have to pay because they need the money. But
no, you see, that's it. You see, when you do that, people listen because you are helping them.
Absolutely.
Then you have all the commercials, the people that do the paying. But if you don't have the listeners, they will not even come to you. So as long as people are listening to you, they will definitely come to you, basically.
And so how do you expect people to celebrate today? What would you want Nigerians to do in terms of celebration? And what should radio presenters like you be doing on a day like this?
On a day like this, I think the listeners just need to say, God bless you and thank you. It's not a job that you get rich. Then you don't let me. It's not as if you have money, but you get self-satisfaction. You get that purpose in life. You know, so for all the listeners today, say a thank you to your favorite OAP. Get on social media, send him a message. And we, on air personalities, don't worry, brothers and sisters, we are together. We will make it. This country must move forward. Amen.
Amen. And I'm glad you mentioned the money part because people hear your radio, see your TV, and think that you're very.
I haven't balanced my children's school fees. You think it's easy, but we get there. That's self-satisfaction.
Again, Wale Animashaun, I know you as Wale Popopo. Thank you so much for talking to us.
No problem.
I know you have to run to work now. Thank you for listening to Wale on Max FM. I know you already do that. Do listen to him at about 2 p.m.
2 p.m.
2 p.m. today.
Max FM,
Thank you.
waiting day.
Thank you so much, Wale, for talking to us.
Lovely.